Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soleil's Life. Today I begin by showing you the pieces that I would be working with. First we have a 3-inch band that goes on above the bust on the arm area all the way around from front to back. This is 3 inches and the length would be your front and your back, both full measurements. And this 3-inch band already has seam allowance allotted. Then here we have the front section cut on a fold. I also place the marking for the waist dot, and I also place the marking for the side bust dart, both front and back pieces. Then this section would be the back section. It's cut single. It also has the seam allowances and the dot allowances added in. So let's begin. In front of me I have the front section cut on a fold. So what I'm going to do now is I have allotted the measurements for the side dot, which my side dot is 3/4 inch on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the middle of the dart. I'm just going to go ahead, place a pin, and I'm going to do the same thing on the end of the dart. So this will be one dot. On the other side, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. I'm actually pinning it in this direction, but when I'm sewing it, I'm going to sew from the end all the way to the end. Like this way, I'm going to sew from the end, come down to the middle. And I also have a waist dart, which I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to take it, hold it up in my hand, 1-inch dart. And I'm just going to go ahead and pin the dart down. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. And like I said before, the dot allowance is just your preference. So keep in mind, I'm just pinning it to show you, but I may do 1 inch. So there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and sew all 4 dot sections. And then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Here we have the band that goes around the bust area and the back area and underarm. It's 3 inches in width. The length will be a full measurement as the top, and also I placed a 1/2 inch seam allowance to stitch it down. So what I'm going to do with this band, you have 2 options. You could go ahead and put a straight stitch all the way from the one end to the other, just to hold the band in place. If you think it's gonna move or you're not comfortable just joining it to the top, or you could just go ahead and pin it onto the top and just stitch it down. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on running a stitch all the way down, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. So this is what the front of the top looks like after I've stitched both the bust darts and the waist dart. Also what I did was the two side pieces that came with the pattern, I went ahead and I pinned it alongside the underarm to the waist, 1/2 inch seam allowance I used, and I just pinned it down on both sides. So now I'm going to go ahead and stitch down my seam allowance, joining the front of the top to the back of the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. So here we have the front and the back top joined together. What I did, I placed the outer layer and the inner layer right side facing each other. I placed the strap in between those layers, and this is what it would look like. So once again, you place the inner layer right side facing up, place the band, 3-inch band on top of it, and then you place the outer layer on top of the band, and then I pinned it all the way around to the other side, all the way from the back, one opening of the back, all the way around the front to the other opening of the back. So as it is pinned here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stitch all the way around to join the band and the front and liner piece together. So I'm going to go ahead and flat stitch all the way around to join the top together. I'm also going to do the same thing for the bottom piece. I lined it up, and I'm going to go ahead and flat stitch all the way around just like I did to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. So now this is the finished top without a liner. As you can see, I just added the band to the top itself. There is no liner. In the video before, I showed you how to do the top if you're going to place a liner in there. So once you've done that section and you're just going to leave this as a top, all you do is you place whatever closure you choose, and you would be completed with the top. For this, this top right here is going to be the top that goes, the top half of a dress. So there's going to be a skirt section to the bottom of this top. So I'm going to line the whole dress, but I'm going to line it after I've completed both the skirt and the top and join them together. So if you see me working with the top and there's absolutely no liner, please don't be confused. The only reason why there's no liner is because this is going to be a dress. So what I did was I went ahead and stitched the band onto the liner, onto the top. Pardon me, onto the top. I already placed the darts on the waist and the darts on the side bust, and I've joined it together. So this is what it would look like. I'm not going to serge the selvage edges because it's going to be lined. So it's not going to cause a problem coming loose. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply the closure to the back opening. I'm going to put a small hem on the waistline, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like.